After 2 aborted attempts and the temperatures that are really quite bitter, I decided to come inside the vehicle and try and do this one because it's just very difficult working in this environment today. This is Mayflower Court. This is the place I spent my formative years. A lot of memories, many pleasant ones, many happy ones. And yes, my coming of age, of course, here. And then a few tragic ones. A kid being killed in a typical, childhood street brawl. Another young man who was, as I used to say, nervy and full of himself, was caught up and taken out by the mob. Oh yes, the mob was still pretty doggone powerful back in the late 60s, early 70s. Yeah, he was caught up in that. Black kid. But he was messing with the wrong people. Anyway, I grew up here. Mayflower Court was a idea of, I believe, Frank Ziegler, the mayor, back in the late 40s, early 50s. And he was looking for a way to get the growing black population, the growing African American population, decent housing, modern style type of architecture. And so he looked to the east and found a Japanese firm that was to his liking. And they broke ground for this place back in, I don't know, early 60s, maybe late 50s. There were supposed to be 3 of these courts, but they only went with the one. This was also part of a plan to have easy freeway access and all that, but that fell through. It's a nice looking neighborhood. A lot of lives. In fact, I learned today another childhood peer of mine died violently. Not here specifically, but unfortunately his life took a pretty bad turn, and I understand he was murdered. Inner city life. It can be, it often is, a very tenuous thing. But I'm happy to say that my sister, who still lives at 1636 with her children, they're doing fine. And my nephew's got a pretty decent job. I believe he's working for a telecommunications company. Today is MLK Day, Martin Luther King's birthday. Today is also the inaugural day, the second inaugural of President Obama. And coinciding with those two events is my birthday. I'm 55, and I look every inch of it. And I don't mind. I've made some mistakes, but I don't mind. I reach an age and I reach a certain understanding with certain things. There are some things I still would like to explore as far as my career is concerned. And there are some things I would still like to delve into as far as my history is concerned. My bloodline. My real parentage as far as my father's bloodline is concerned. I'd like to delve into that. I think that is important. I mean, even if he was not a good person and abandoning me, for whatever reason, I don't know. But I'd like to know what the family is like. The Mosley family is like. I mean, none of us are perfect down here. And my stepfather, who was a troubled man, I believe, I can understand certain things he did. He came from a poor background from Arkansas, and he didn't have a whole lot of understanding about the larger world. But he knew how to keep a roof over one's head. And that's pretty doggone a massive piece of work in itself. Anyway, here we are, my birthday, and all these other big world events. Wow. And it's cold out there. That's why I didn't go back out there. Yeah, it's real cold. Real January. Have a great day.